Oh yeah, the Tolkien movie was basically just bullshit. It was basically just kind of a little romantic movie.
Yeah, with the guy who played Beast or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched a little of it. I kind of wasn't paying attention fully.
Oh yeah, so here's my thumbnail. I know you can't see it, I don't think, but I got Jeff Bezos, I got Galadriel, I got Bob Barker, Jimmy Carter.
How come I can't? What do you mean I can't see it?
I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you're on Twitch. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, you can see it. My
Yeah, let me look.
beautiful thumbnail here. I've been liking making these collages of these people.
I know that's that's like my favorite part about the streams is the
collage.
thumbnail stuff, because some of them are like, it's like a weird Sergeant Pepper's of freaks.
This is kind of that. This has got Jeff Bezos' face really big at the left side.
Hold on, it's loading. Yeah, wow, this is gross. Ugh. This is like sickening.
Yeah, actually, everyone in here is like besides from Galadriel, everyone here is old.
Wait, what's that red stuff in the background?
That's just my background image there. Give it a little
Who's
pop.
the guy with the glasses on his head?
That's Gene Hackman, man. Gene Hackman.
Damn, he looks so thin. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why when we're talking about celebrity death pools today, I want to say if he's not in your death pool, I don't know. I think he probably should be.
Can we bet on this on some?
We'll get to that.
Should be trying to find that out.
We'll get to that. There is things you can do. I don't know the full details of it, but there's some things you can do.
Yeah, that's a rough image right there.
The first thing I have on the list here is Alec Baldwin. The charges got dropped for his. You heard all about his shooting thing, right?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like a accident, but he didn't know it was he thought it was a blank.
Yeah, I mean, I truthfully do feel bad for everyone involved. It's terrible. I don't really think he's at fault. I don't think he handled anything that well, though. He was pretty defensive about all of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's being accused of shooting somebody. What is he gonna do?
But you could. I don't know. I feel like I would say I don't know what you would do. I don't know. I feel like I would admit yeah, I fucking didn't know there was a fucking gun, but she's dead and I shot her. But yeah, all charges have been dropped. I'm sure there might have been some money paid off by Mr. Baldwin there. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
it's straight up like murder.
But I mean, is it Alec Baldwin's fault?
I wonder if
he was given a gun,
knew or didn't know, and then just put the blame on somebody else, like a fall guy.
Yeah, but there would be no reason to kill this girl.
We don't know. Did they look into it?
I mean, people have looked into it. I've never heard anything talking about ill will or anything like that.
They just said,
"Oh, there was." Yeah,
Baldwin, I believe him.
No, it's just he essentially said the prop department gave him a real gun, but then it's the prop people should be blamed. Really.
Yeah, but why is
there
like a real gun just lying around to be used at all?
Well, most of the guns that you do use for these movies aren't real. They just have blanks. So oftentimes these are real guns, but why would there ever even be a live round in it? I agree. It's like if this is going to be a designated movie gun, there probably should never be a single live round in it. It should be kind of like a standard thing. I mean, I hope so from now. Well, I mean, look at this. This is not the first time this happened. We have a big celebrity death that happened with this. Bruce Lee's son.
Recently, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And also, I think it's also happened at least 2 or 3 times before and after that. It's happened a good bit.
Well, maybe it's just a common thing, and we're all overreacting.
Well, it could be just you have it could be the prop department has guns and didn't really remember that. Oh, I last used this just to go shooting or something, and there was still a live round in it. Who knows? But I mean, let's see. Yeah, he's got a real young looking wife. You can see that. I mean, younger looking than him. He's got it. I mean, when Alec Baldwin has a baby, that's how you know, motherfucker's getting his.
Could be like a test tuber. I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm sure it's his baby. I'm sure. He won't be around when that baby's older, though.
Yeah, but he'll just hire out some hot nanny.
Well, that's how he met his wife. The wife before it was the hot nanny. And then he met that.
Yeah, that's another common trope. Just like people getting accidentally shot.
Yeah. Wow, it actually looks awesome though. If you look at this photo where they're shooting on set in Montana, it looks really cool. Almost looks like a fucking man, I don't know. This almost looks like a fucking drawing. Maybe this is
for what?
For Montana for Rust. The name of the movie is Rust. It's gonna be I guess a cowboy movie.
Rust?
That's the name of the movie that this all happened, yeah. This was 18 months ago, so I mean, do the math on that. I want to say it was 20. I mean, guess 2021. Yeah, and the family of the person is the one who's really suing. Yeah, it's fucked up.
He's gonna be all right. He'll get out of it.
But then here's the newest news.
He settled out of court, didn't he?
Yeah.
Another pretty much admission of guilt. Let me get out of here.
The newest news is that they started filming again, so they're now back to filming this movie. They started filming today in Montana at Yellowstone Film Ranch. Oh, it's interesting too because I guess they were shooting in New Mexico, and when all this happened, I guess they had to move. Damn. I mean, I'll say this: I'm interested in the movie. I always thought this was the end of the movie once this happened, but I would watch this movie. I'm down for any new Western.
Yeah, they I guess they didn't think enough of them to have it just canceled. They just figured, you know what, let's just finish this thing.
I mean, that's what's crazy, because I heard about today that the charges got dropped, and then I saw this article, and I'm thinking, Jesus, they still want to make this movie with all this fucking controversy to it? You think they'd be like, oh, fuck the movie. No, they're still going to make it.
Yeah, well.
I would say, fuck the movie, good. Or maybe, put someone else in it. You know what, maybe it's good publicity, man. You'll get people to go watch this movie because they want to see.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta play that angle out.
A new cinematographer has stepped in, obviously. Because the other one's dead. Oh, God.
That's gonna be an awkward first day at work.
Yeah, right? Don't shoot me.
Just taking over. It's check everything before we start playing around on set.
Yeah. Okay, all right, so I guess filming started yesterday again. It was 420, man. I guess maybe Alec Baldwin brought his metal pipe and some resin and shit. I don't know how he smokes. Do you think he smokes that resin? I bet you he could. I mean, you're a true pothead if you've had to scrape that resin. You're a pot junkie. You scrape that resin, you get that hit.
Yeah.
We've done that, man. We've done that.
Feeling. I know. It's crackles it's disgusting. And it coats all of your mouth too. And it gets in your teeth.
That whole
really awful.
We were having a joke thread in our whole group chat talking about 420 shit, but all of it was super realistic about stuff we've dealt with. Brick weed. No, I know, but we're just talking about it.
Real desperation. There's it must have been real dry. I remember that we had bags of stems just in case there was no weed around.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember cleaning out
all the stems and then smoke that.
I remember
it up to a powder almost.
Certain people at college were such little weed junkies that they'd ask you for your glass pipe so they can, scrape it out and get the resin. And I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah, that's pretty
I mean, I'm talking hippies that have a patchwork type pants with a stash pocket that's got a nickel bag in it.
Well, one thing I used to do that I kind of think back now and it's like gross, and I definitely didn't even like the weed was getting like roaches that still had bud in it at the end
Ugh,
and
yeah.
putting all that together. That was like nasty because
That was the thing,
not that
man.
there was like tobacco and shit. It's just all the paper gets like real tacky and
Resiny,
charred up.
yeah. It's gross. Yeah,
It was
man.
awful. A couple times I did it and like the stuff was old. It was real. It was like smoking those charcoal things you put in like a hookah. You know, it was like really gross.
Yeah, I mean,
It like burnt.
we've had many a blunt that were based from roaches. Ugh, yuck.
Yeah, yeah. Blunts in general are just way too heavy and too much.
They are heavy, man. It's interesting to think about now. I mean, I
The
can't
thing about it though is
think
like you
about any of
can
that shit. It's weird how
like
it's
chill
supposed
on
to
it like
smoke.
at the halfway point. Like you don't have to do the whole thing at once. You know,
But you know what? You kind of do because I'm thinking about smoking weed and if all right,
well,
let's say
putting it
you
out, you lose a lot. Yeah,
when you no, but when you put it out, it kind of gets a gross taste to the whole blunt. 'Cause it
it
started,
does. Yeah, no,
yeah.
you're
So
right.
it's like I know what you're talking
It
about. Like you
taints the
can
whole
do
thing.
that, but it kind of taints it. Yeah.
That's why it's best to like you don't have to go crazy with how much you put in. You can well no, but you don't want to like have to then get more papers. Just getting that is a pain in the ass in general.
So I like the best way to smoke, like as far as I remember, was smoking like a
Glass.
bong, like a bong. Smoke a bong
Or
that's
not
just to
like a huge ass
yourself.
bong, like a mid-sized water pipe thing, like a bubbler, but not like a tiny one, like a little bit larger,
I don't know because
like a
I don't know
Boz
about that.
type
I
thing.
think a bigger bong is good just because those bubblers are still pretty harsh. You know, like when you have a good bit of cooling, like a bong and just a big bong,
Yeah,
like
I guess it's just they're so awkward to handle, and they incinerate the weed when you light it. Even
no,
if
but
you
that's
like just
kind of what
try
you
and pick a
want.
small part of the bowl, it like explodes it.
It's not as gross. Like I would say, if I'm thinking back,
It's definitely
a
cleaner. Yeah, no,
a
by far the
a big
cleanest.
bong with like a tiny bowl, meaning almost like all you
Oh,
have to
like a
hit.
one hitter type thing. Yeah, that's better
Exactly. Like
than.
that's
Then just
probably the
keep
best way to
packing it,
smoke
right?
weed.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to smoke weed is a big bong, big clean bong with a small bowl, one or two hits, and that's probably the best way to smoke. Like thinking back, like that's probably the most,
Practically or ideally, yeah.
yeah, more probably the most like less gross or something. You know,
Well,
like
that's
the
like hard
most.
to keep around. You know, those things are really big. And uh, remember when you had a zong?
Yeah, that was a good pipe too. It was awesome. That motherfucker,
That thing was huge.
motherfucker couldn't catch a fucking football.
Yeah, that was insane. That was like really felt like I was like out of body experience watching that happen.
Yeah, that was the start of the hate for that motherfucker.
Well, nah, there's definitely other things, but that
Oh
was
yeah.
like that wasn't even like a freak thing. That was just like it's
Yeah, I
behind
mean,
you.
I will have to say
You
I
know what I
am
mean? Like
joking on that.
it's behind you. You got to be
Yeah, I
aware
am
that it's
joking on
there and
that.
like go all out.
That was a complete accident, so I get it. Accidents happen.
Yeah, but still, like the pinpoint
Pipes
accuracy
break.
with which it didn't even like clip it. It like literally went right down the middle like a fucking bowling pin.
Yeah,
And
that
perfect
also just like
contact with it.
was a very good. Like I did really like that bong. Like it was one of like I'll
You didn't
remember
even have
that
it for that
as.
long.
Also, like my probably other favorite bong was my last one I had that I actually gave to Doug. So Doug is in possession of my favorite bong. So he has that. So hopefully he's keeping that good. I know he says he still uses it. It was better
Which one
than
was that?
I don't know. It was like a big one. It was better than whatever he had. I know that. Like it was better than all his bongs. So he I think coveted that bong.
Well, he's dabbing a lot. That's a whole different contraption, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the whole thing because your bowl gets so fucking grimed up by the fucking gross wax and shit. So you have to have a different contraption for that.
What is
That's
different
pretty
about that
fucking
than
gross. I don't know.
flour or whatever you want to call it now?
What do you mean?
That's like called wet or something. Clay
I think they just say it's concentrates. Concentrates.
concentrate.
That's what they'll say, like concentrates for that. Yeah. I mean, I remember the first concentrates we had were like hash from Jesse. Hash, I have to say, I
Yeah,
still
who
miss
knows what the fuck
hash.
that shit was, man.
No, that shit was good. That was legit good. Like, I
I
miss
know, but just
hash.
like having to buy from him was a horrible experience. I like hated having to
I
like
don't know.
have him
Most of the
be.
time, I mean, maybe it was fine for me. I mean, yeah, he would only deal with me. That's right. He wouldn't deal with anyone else.
No, he did for me eventually. It was just like he always make me do stupid shit, like park all these weird places. Just let me pull in, give me it, and I'll leave, man. We don't have to make like a whole fucking obstacle course out of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this was back during the illegal times, man. Things were illegal, and I think he was
No, it
like
wasn't
growing
that. He's like
weed.
made up this whole thing that his parents really cared, and like they knew what the hell. Like
Oh, I'm
him,
sure they
bro?
knew what
You're
they
like
was
walking
doing.
out of your
Yeah,
house constantly. Like they know what's going on. They just don't give a
yeah.
shit. You know?
Well, I also think the thing with him was I mean, I know for a fact because he eventually did tell me, but he was growing weed, so that I think was his paranoia was, and it's rightful because it's even right now it's still highly illegal to grow weed in New Jersey. So he was growing weed, and I think that was his problem. You know, in case like let's say a fucking cop comes and they come want to see what happens, then you have fucking weed plans, then you're going to fucking jail. So the criminal charges go up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fucked. But yeah, man,
That's cool.
I wonder how Alec Baldwin smokes his weed. I know his brother smokes weed, Stephen Baldwin. I bet you they don't even talk to each other.
Why? Just because he did that shitty movie, you think he gets high?
I'm pretty positive, man. You could just look at the guy. Kind of looks
Yeah, I guess.
like Jim Brewer, has that look of just being stoned all the time. I think Stephen Baldwin has the same thing going on.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Alec Baldwin smokes weed. I mean, he probably does coke. I feel like Alec Baldwin strikes me as more of a cocaine guy.
Yeah, I feel like he does blow and gets real angry and tries to attack people, you know.
I mean, look at that
He freaks
nose. You can tell that nose has had some coke in it.
out. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man.
I feel like that's a pretty safe assumption.
If not other things, man. It's probably other things. He's probably done. He's old enough to probably do Quaaludes. We don't have those Quaaludes these days. I mean, do you think they're doing?
I wonder if anyone does. They've got to be very expensive.
Yeah, definitely, man. Also, I forget about this. There was two people that were shot during this whole thing. He shot two people. The other person that was shot was the director, who is returning and didn't die.
Man, he had a field day.
Yeah, I mean that's also what I think. It's like, does that mean he shot twice?
What is going on? Is this guy just like a serial killer? We're not even paying attention.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I mean. Does it mean that he shot so did he shoot once and hurt someone, then visually shot again, or was it just like a bang bang and it all happened at once, which could have been the case? Actually, recently held a gun for the first time. I held a handgun. It's fucking awesome. That's all I'll say. It's awesome.
Like a shooting range?
No, my mom got a gun, and she finally got it, and I was like holding it. It's fucking awesome. It's like heavier than you think, and it's cool, man. I'm all in support for guns. Get some guns. Government's coming for you. You don't want to end up like Bob Saget did on a hotel floor.
Bob Saget?
Yeah, Bob Saget got taken out by the FBI. Just like Kennedy, man. I was watching that footage, man. It's so obvious that whoever shot him was in the car.
Watch it just casually. You threw it on.
Yeah, I'm like Mulder from X-Files. I'm like Mulder.
Felt like tossing that on.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things in X-Files is Mulder. Just like really, it's just like a cutaway to him really late at night, and he's just watching over and over the Bigfoot footage of the Gimlin Patterson footage, where you see like the Bigfoot going back and forth, and then another time where he's doing it with Kennedy. But yeah, I was like that with like Mulder. I was watching it, and it's so obvious that the shooter is in the car. The shooter's in the car, especially. You've seen the footage. The wife like tries to get out of the fucking car. Have you ever seen that? She tries to like get out of the car towards the back. She like starts crawling down the back of the car. Why would?
I never watched. I don't. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't like analyzed it.
Well, if you watch it,
to remember what happened.
If you watch it, it's like there's two shots, and then the second shot, you can see a puff of smoke that's close, meaning it was probably in the car. And then she's like trying to run away, and it's like if you were trying to run away, you'd probably be because it was like immediately in front of you. So I don't know, is either the driver or something set up to kill him, but I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Alec
Well,
Baldwin probably knows all about that. He might be
I definitely
involved.
saw JFK. I need to go back and watch it though to remember.
Shit, man, I should probably pull that up, man. That's something that's worth watching, right?
JFK,
Back and to the left.
the movie or the footage?
The footage,
What do you
man. The
mean?
footage.
Oh.
The Zapruder film, man. The Zapruder film.
Can you show that on Twitch?
I'm gonna show it right now, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna show it right now.
Okay.
Back and to the left. We got all these frames. They're all marked. You'll see he gets shot, but watch as he gets shot. There's a puff of smoke. I think it's around the 146 mark.
Can you full screen it?
I don't think I can full screen it, but this is still a pretty good
Why
view.
not? There's two little arrows.
He gets shot in the chest, and then he gets shot in the head, and then she starts fucking running because it's in the car.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then that's when they like kind of catch her.
Wait, there's a plant in the car.
Yeah, that you know what I have to say, not the best.
Why is there a plant?
Let me see if I can find better footage.
Is that supposed to be like a weird visual thing, like a hint or something? Like it's a plant. There's a plant in the car. There's like this is all planned.
I don't know, man. I think I have to say I think it's the driver. I really do.
He's the plant. Well, he didn't even stop, right? He kept going.
Yeah. Well, it was the driver.
It's a pretty perfect shot too. What if the guy missed and like hit him in the chest?
Well, that's why, dude. That's why I'm saying it was a plan. Where
right.
I don't think it was a fucking guy in a tower.
Psycho is not going to be able to pull that shot off.
And he gets hit right in the front of his fucking head. How do you get hit from the front on?
Some
See, watch that.
Is not going to have the precision to pull that kind of. And it's a moving target.
Yeah, and also
far away.
You wouldn't see the puff of smoke. A puff of smoke comes from the exit of a barrel. So the barrel was somehow in the car. So it was probably like planted there, man. We're figuring this out live.
It's weird like that happened and people like he pretty much, got like a planned murder and it's just like, no one really is going to go like after anybody about it. It just happened.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this is
just like a part of history.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's also crazy at how, people talk about conspiracy stuff being bullshit, but we have a fucking president that was killed and we don't really have like the exact explanation for it. You would think that would be pretty important to get the explanation of that. Crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's the only one, right? I bet if you go back like real early in time, a bunch of people got assassinated. Like I'm talking like Lincoln era shit. I bet all that shit was happening like all the time with like lower level politicians and stuff. It's like so much easier to get away with murder then.
Yeah.
You just have to like walk up to somebody like stealthily and then get it off and run away. Like there's no like scientific data to go track down anything.
Right.
That's why all those good like Bonnie and Clyde movies are, like they're awesome because it seems like it's made up and crazy, but it's it's probably not. It's just like so much easier to get away with that shit back then. You could just literally drive around until people figured out what's going on and caught you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with so much more. It's only until like recent forensics. Now it's like you fucking shoot someone, they'll find you on fucking camera from fucking the gas stations or like the fucking crackheads, Uber's camera that sees you walking by or some bullshit. All the CCTV, man, just got everyone tracked.
Yeah, I know. In like China, their surveillance is insane. It's like, oh, everything's covered. And a lot of like access to buildings and stuff like that is cut off with just like visual stuff to get in, and they scan your ID type of stuff.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, man. Wait, so how's your fantasy stuff going as far as the week? Are you winning these weeks or no?
Yeah, if you go to the streaming tool, you can see my ERA and WHIP for the week. Or actually, you can see it on the IP tracker. It's 2.43 is my ERA, and then 0.9 is my WHIP. It's really fucking good. The WHIP, especially. The ERA is kind of middling. If it were under 2, it would be insane. But yeah, so I only stream one guy because it's 20 innings per week. So just relief pitchers are not enough. You can see that 16 is the minimum projection I go with. So I need to get to 20, and the extra 5, which I usually project 5 minimum from a starter, will get me there. So normally what I do is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday type of shit. I'll stream once, and then hopefully I don't have to again, just once. I accidentally added 2 people on Monday. My ERA and WHIP would have been better if the Flaherty ad didn't go through.
Who's Flaherty?
He's a starter for the Cardinals. Used to be good, but just kept getting hurt all the time. Kind of sapped his stuff. Happens a lot with pitchers. It's just hard for them to stay healthy. There's so many. It's just so unnatural to throw like that. I think it's better if you're underhanding it.
Yeah, no, probably. Shit, man. I'm also reading how that was a prop gun, that whole thing. Shit, that's fucking crazy. All right, yeah. So, moving on. Disney settles with former Marvel exec Victoria Alonso. You know about her. Have you ever heard of her?
Corey Alonso?
Yeah,
No.
you probably don't know her, but she was kind of put in head of the VFX department for Marvel during the whole recent thing, and I don't know, there was even strikes during her whole thing, and she did that shitty Wakanda movie, and she really inserted a lot of like Latino stuff, I guess because she's Spanish. So that came into play, but yeah, Marvel's kind of fucked, and I think they owe her money, so they're kind of paying her off. Yeah, it's really weird because it kind of is coming out that she was like a huge bully to all these people, but she kind of got away with it because she's a gay Latina. So you can kind of get away with anything at that point then. You know what I mean? Like once you have that privilege, I know they say white people have the privilege, but if you have like the minority privilege or the gay privilege, get away with fucking murder.
Who else is like that'd be something to research and like expose.
I mean, I think a lot of people. I mean, I know Elton John's had like pedophilia stuff with him. He's had child porn trafficking, but
gay guys, I could see.
no,
that.
he's had like I think legit child porn that he's been caught with that it really hasn't affected his career or anything. And this was before the movie and everything. I think it's just if it's fucking Elton John.
The Elton movie.
No, but did you see that movie? It was pretty good.
I saw bits and pieces. It's the guy from that fucking Kingsman shit.
Yeah, he's really good. I have to say, every time I've seen him, he's good. I heard he's in a movie.
Right. He's okay. I wouldn't say he's like great, but he's like better than like he's better than average. Like he's not fucking up the whole movie.
No, I would actually have to say I think he's pretty good. As far as an actor goes, he's really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they kept making those Kingsman movies. They're all kind of decent James Bond type rip-off things.
I mean, I remember Dave's girlfriend Jen, like, because she does plays and everything. She knew she met him, I think, in some play or something, and I guess he kind of shit the bed in the play. But that's a hard medium to do. I don't know. That's a whole different beast. Like being in a play is harder.
Like being loud enough for people to hear you and shit.
Yeah, it's just I don't. It's never been a format I've liked. Having something where you have to play to the back of the audience and you have to super over emote. I don't like it. It's not my thing. I don't know. I don't know how many many people who it is their thing. I don't know. I don't like plays. Never been a fan. I've seen a bunch too, and also I'm sure you've seen some Broadway stuff before, right? Because we're close enough that you probably had to happen.
Uh, just from school stuff. I saw
Oh,
Les
okay.
Miserables, I think.
Yeah, I saw Les Miserables. I mean, I guess I haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, we're in New Jersey, but I've seen some. I saw Rent. That was pretty good. It was kind of like a black thing, and I don't know. It was kind of good. That was good. Um, what else did I see? I saw Seussical with Rosie O'Donnell in it, which is terrible, and she was
Susical?
terrible. Yeah, it was like a Dr. Seuss musical. Like my dad just randomly got tickets for it, and we had to go, and it was terrible. I mean, that's the only ones I can really remember.
Oh, I saw some like Lion King. It wasn't like I don't think it was like the Lion King one. It was like a rip-off version. And then I saw some Power Rangers play. That was really weird.
There was a Power Rangers play in Broadway.
I don't think it was Broadway. I don't know how I saw it. It was like a birthday thing somebody had.
You mean it was just like in front of somebody? It was like in front of like 20 kids or something?
No, it was in a theater. It was just not Broadway theater.
Was it like a Waiting for Guffman kind of thing?
I don't know. It was kind of a like that Indiana Jones uh thing at Disney. It's kind of like that.
Oh, that was I remember I saw that. That was good. I always liked that. I was impressed by
Yeah,
that as a
so
kid.
it's like a Power Rangers version of that. It was not bad, because if you were into Power Rangers at the time, but
Yeah, I mean, I
it
always
was
think
good.
about that. Actually, I think about that Indiana Jones play often. Like, I don't really remember it. Was that just like you went to something and they had it going? I don't really
You don't
remember.
just randomly show up. There's certain it's like scheduled and it keeps going all the time, and then you got to make sure you like get there in time.
It was like a time thing. Yeah, yeah. It was like you get here by 2 o'clock, you get to see Indiana Jones run away from the boulder. I'm playing
Uh,
the quirky Waiting for Guffman dance right now. It's a good dance. Good haircut, good dance, good outfit.
yeah. Uh, I definitely preferred Waiting for Guffman than like Mighty Wind and Best in Show. I think it's
Oh, really? I think Best in Show is like my
that. I don't
favorites.
know
I love
which
Best in
one.
Show. Like Best in Show is great.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I just kind of like find this one.
Mighty Wind was kind of eh. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was
I
okay.
still like it, but yeah, kind of eh. Not his best. I don't know. Best in Show. I often think about like Christopher Guest in that has a really good role with the Bloodhound dog and the
Well, I mean
ventriloquist
that's a good
stuff.
thing about it. There's like there's so many different options of like characters to like.
I mean, I would say probably my favorite is Best in Show and then Waiting for Guffman. If I had to pick a pick, and then the other ones are kind of like eh.
No, I like the one with waiting for Purim or whatever. That one's
Oh,
not bad.
for your consideration, I probably like that a little bit
Yeah,
better than I probably like it a little bit better than Mighty Win. So I would yeah. And then did
I
you
don't know. That one's like overall, it's not good, but it has really good moments in it that I like a lot. But
yeah.
overall, it's kind of not great.
Yeah, so I wonder how much this lady since she got fired, how much they fucking paid her to get fired, especially since she was a gay Latina. That's gotta give you a good bill there for that. She
How
represented
much you got
Disney.
paid? I don't know. I'm sure you can find out. It's hard to
Yeah.
hide that.
She represented Disney on the GLAAD's board. So she'll probably start to work for GLAAD. And aren't we all glad at that, right? Yeah, I want to know. It's like I keep seeing they reach a settlement. I want to know the price. Yeah, she even like worked on a whole movie outside of Disney that was under Amazon, and she still was kept on. Fucking, I mean, maybe she knew she was like gonna get like fired. All I remember with her was she was on the red carpet for the Wakanda movie, and she kept saying, there's a character in Marvel called Namor. He's kind of like Marvel's Aquaman,
Mhm.
but they made him Spanish. So she was like, his name is Namor. Namor. She kept saying like, this character Namor will really represent the Latina community. That kind of shit. He had the
How is it
role of the
supposed to be
R's.
pronounced?
His name is Namor. He's supposed to be like a white guy from Atlantis. That's like the Marvel lore. It was actually kind of a cooler character, and then they completely like ruined it. I had the action figure, so I was waiting to sell it, waiting to sell, waiting to sell Namor, and then they make him some lame Spanish guy with like, and they digitally removed his cock, his bulge. They got rid
Were
of it.
you were you tracking the
Yeah,
fluctuation of the pricing, like based on what was coming out?
yeah. I mean,
So you could see tanking as more stuff leaked.
I mean, here's evidence of it. Like, they literally got rid of his bulge. Let's say that bulge got left in the movie. Maybe he would have sold a little bit higher on eBay. Everyone was saying, give Namor his penis back. Oh, I'm sorry. Namor, his penis back.
Yeah, there's a petition for that.
Yeah, I mean, they literally digitally got rid of the guy's cock. Like, because you
That's
can't
weird.
have,
I
it's
guess
offensive, man. You can't have any
they
of
have
that.
their reasons.
Yeah. Yeah,
Too
also,
distracting.
it was a much cooler thing when they were like Atlanteans, and now they made them, I guess, like Incas or Mayans or some
Mayan.
bullshit. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Mayans versus the blacks in Wakanda. I don't know. Pretty, it's like a race war.
What movie is this?
This is Wakanda Forever, the second Black Panther movie.
Okay, without him.
Yeah, it still has that Michonne girl in it.
Well, no, it's got everyone. Just he's not in it.
Yeah, well, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, maybe Alec Baldwin was involved. He could have killed him off.
I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, who does, right? I mean, who could trust him with a gun?
I hope the people on set don't. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely be being extra careful.
I mean, I wonder how he handles all this Marvel. I'm surprised he hasn't been in a Marvel movie. When's old Alec getting his Marvel part? Maybe he'll
Schwarber
take.
just hit a home run.
Oh
Nice. Yeah, that's huge. That's
Who?
really fucking big, actually.
Who was it? Chuck Schumer.
Schwarber.
Oh, okay.
I have him on my right under Renfro. You could see I used him against Colorado as a one-off. He's not a part of the stack. He's just like a person I put in by himself. But you could see like how stacking works, just like 4 people from the same team. Yeah, Alec Baldwin hasn't been in any other movies since then, or is he just still kind of going like normal?
I mean, he's kind of like just one of those guys that I don't know. He's what is he famous for? Like when you really start to think about it, what is he famous for?
Oh,
Like 80s movie, like
the Tim
fucking.
Burton shit.
Yeah, is that it? Like, I guess 30 Rock,
No, I mean people like
SNL,
30 Rock.
SNL.
Yeah, he's had like pretty memorable SNL things like Canteen Boy and that soft spoken show with the 2 women like radio stuff. I remember him being on that for some kind of
Yeah,
thing, and then
I mean, he
I
was
don't know,
funny.
he's always like in stuff, kind of like
He was
The
funny in
Cooler.
30 Rock. I'll
You
give him
see that
that.
movie with William H Macy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
movie's okay.
Yeah, he's always in stuff. He was funny in 30 Rock, but he was kind of just playing the character from Larry Sanders' show, Artie. Like he was kind of doing like the same role, just a little different. Pretty similar though. That whole show is like a ripoff of Larry Sanders. Big time ripoff.
A lot of stuff is. I mean, same with Larry Sanders show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the ripping? What's Larry Sanders show ripping off? I think it was kind of one of the first.
Carson?
Well, it
It's
was.
not
It was.
ripping it off.
It
It's
wasn't
more an
ripping it off. It
homage.
was like talking. It was kind of an homage to Carson. Yeah.
And then, like,
I think he actually
Letterman,
also he mentions Carson in the show. He's like going up against Jimmy
yeah, of
Carson.
course.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is it gets really weird and meta because
I mean, I'll think back. I mean, if he took over instead of Jay Leno, and there was talk of it that Gary Shandling might actually get the real show, that would have been good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of David Letterman. I never really liked him. I know you said you. I thought he was actually one of the worst.
Fan. I
didn't like him.
prefer him to Leno. I'm not a fan.
I think I liked Leno better. I don't know. I think Leno was actually not a bad stand-up.
Really annoying. I don't know his whole tone.
I guess he wasn't a bad stand-up.
Actually, I don't. I like the Letterman band guy. They have a good chemistry going together.
Yeah, I think his name was Michael something. Michael something. He had the bald guitar player.
No, he plays piano.
No, Paul Schaefer. I'm thinking of the Letterman guitar player guy.
Oh well,
they both had the same
drummer
thing
that they would use in skits and shit like that, right?
Max Weinberg.
Yeah, that was good. And then he had the horn player.
Yeah, actually, his daughter was friends with Santa. I met her a few times. She was kind of like
who?
Forget her name. She was kind of Jewy looking.
No, whose daughter?
Max Weinberg, because he's from New Jersey, so he's East Street Band guy. Yeah, he's East Street Band.
Oh shit, I forgot he was in that. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's how he got that whole part.
Him and the guy from The Sopranos play guitar.
Oh yeah.
People.
Yeah, it's weird that he was in Sopranos. It's weird he's in Sopranos.
Yeah, it is. It really feels like two different people. He is. It's hard to believe that he's that part. Just weird.
I keep waiting for the next Sopranos podcast, but it doesn't seem to ever come out. It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, well, what were there, like 3 of them, right? Or 2?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Go check out the Sopranos.
I tried. I think it's unavailable to play it. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it got. I think all the hosting eventually canceled it. YouTube
it's unavailable, but it's still searchable.
YouTube is now doing podcasting, which is kind of cool. Because if they have hosting and it's free, that'll really take away from everybody else. I think they should do that. I'm all for that. YouTube free hosting through YouTube would be nice for a podcast. You can still have an RSS feed that can send out to Apple or Spotify or all that bullshit. And I think Cancel Corner is still up. We got some good Cancel Corner. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
Yeah, I've heard them. Oh, I don't know if I've heard every single one of them, but I've heard several.
That's a good.
LeBron James was on one of them, and then
yeah, he made some appearances on it.
Oh, he made more than one?
Oh yeah, I mean it was LeBron James at the time. That was 2020, right at the height of COVID and fucking Black Lives Matter and the terribleness of life, which is still going on. Wait, so who hit that? Chuck Schumer hit the home run, the politician?
Kyle Schwarber on the Phillies. He's like a big fat white guy.
Oh,
usually hits 30 to 40 home runs a year, so he's a good bet to get a one-off home run.
Oh, it's like a big fat white guy in Philly. So he's probably just a random guy there, I guess, because that's kind of half the population there.
Yeah, there you go. This is a jaded Giants fan butting in on Kyle Schwarber doesn't have any fight and any dog in that fight with football. Probably, I don't think he cares or is aware of what the Eagles are. Actually, I don't know. They just won the Super Bowl, didn't they? Or whatever the fuck.
Oh, they fucking lost the Super Bowl. They fucking lost the Chiefs.
Yeah, they got there. They got there though.
They got there, but they lost.
They spent a lot of money on Jalen Hurts. If he gets hurt or sucks, they're gonna be fucked.
I was actually pretty worried that they would they would win that whole Super Bowl. So I was optimistic that the Chiefs would win, but I was like, it's gonna go to Philly. I was worried about that. Okay, so let's see. Next on the list here, Amazon is sued over the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power copyright infringement. This is like a really sad suing, to tell you the truth. I was like looking into this. It's really sad.
Yeah, doesn't sound great.
So they got sued by a guy who made a fan fiction. He made a fan fiction, and he's claiming that Amazon ripped it off, which I don't doubt. Like, because it always felt like when you watch that show, it feels like shitty fan fiction. And apparently, it seems like it probably was.
Weird.
Yeah, he wrote a thing called The Fellowship of the King. And I guess he's kind of saying that it's actually completely like what he wrote. And kind of a big deal because it's actually going through to the courts. So it must mean that there's some kind of stealing going on.
Interesting.
Pretty fucked up.
I wonder if, what his chances are at winning.
Yeah, he's suing for $250 million. No, I think it must be something legitimate if that's actually like the price on the table. That's kind of let you know there's something there. There you go, Jeff Bezos. He really wanted his Game of Thrones. That was like what he wanted the most, is like he wanted his Amazon Game of Thrones, and so that's why he did Rings of Power. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, he got it.
Yep. He got it. So you haven't seen any of that?
No, I saw the first couple episodes, remember? And then you said like it's just like not worth finishing, so I didn't. I need to finish The Boys though. I watched the first season and the first episode of the second, and then I kind of I don't know what happened. I think I just started doing basketball shit or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be back though. I need to get some water and shit.
Oh yeah, do thing. Yeah, so talking about the Lord of the Rings, it's just, I have to say, it's astonishing how little actually happened in that whole series. Like, I will give them credit that you can make I think it was 8 episodes or 9 episodes. You can make a series that is 9 hours long without really having anything of value in it. Like, that is pretty impressive. Yeah, so let's see. When I'm looking at this article, let's look at the other one here. There's one here. Lord of the Rings fanfic writer sues for $250 million. There's if you're suing for that amount, it means that someone came to you and said, this is what you're maybe able to get. Like a lawyer looked at this and said, yeah, you have something here. It's pretty bad. The guy's name is Polychron. Sounds like some fucking AOL name or some bullshit. One half, he's claiming that his book is one half of essentially what happened in the Rings of Power. And I am not surprised. And also kind of sad because there is nothing good about that Rings of Power show. And also, if you like Tolkien, just taking stuff and that wasn't even there and making up stuff when there is the lore. You have things to go off of that they just chose to ignore. Galadriel, she should have a daughter. Not there. She should have a husband. Not there. But instead, they do kind of like, what do they call that? I forget what it is. Where they couple up fake characters together. Oh, what is it? It's like a fan fiction thing where you meld these characters together in a romantic situation. South Park made fun of it. But essentially, they did that with her and Sauron. It was terrible. You knew from the moment that you fucking saw this guy that it was Sauron. Like, it's terrible. Bad acting, bad armor. Essentially, there's so much. I think it was like 1.5 billion spent on the show or something, and each episode was like $500,000 or something. That's what they came up with. Yeah. I'll say this: the dwarves look good. Some of the effects look good. I didn't mind that. It's just there wasn't a story. Like give me a story at least. Even if it's bad or good, I would have at least had a story. That whole show just like happens. There's nothing really. I kept thinking like, how does this connect to each other? Kept showing like the hobbits, and then they would show the dwarves, and they would show Galadriel, and it was just like, how is this going to Oh, then they would show the fake Gandalf, who's not Gandalf, legally not Gandalf, with the legally not hobbits because they don't have rights to him. It's just this show is just, if you can't legally have the rights to have hobbits or Gandalf, why put it in the show? Why? I don't know. I think all they have the rights to is the appendices of Lord of the Rings, which isn't very deep. If they had the Silmarillion, they could have told a lot bigger story, but they did not have that. So it's I don't know. It's unfortunate, but I don't think anything with Amazon is capable to do this. What I've heard is the writers actually had better things than what got produced, but when everything came together, they wanted to have they had an agenda. They wanted to have that kick-ass woman being the main character, a la Star Wars, Rey Skywalker, and all that shit. And that's what you got. You got her flipping around, killing a cave troll, teaching people how to use a fucking sword. She actually told people how to stab a sword, like use a sword. Like, you don't know how to fucking stab someone with a sword. And you had to have this blonde elf tell you how to do it. That was in the show. It's pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. It gets me angry just thinking about it. Yeah, shit. I'm looking at this and reading another article on the left here. It's outside of it on the screen, just talking about the pandemic and where people had to mask and double mask and gloves and wash their groceries and then fucking wipe down their groceries. There's an anxiety to that whole time period that I'm glad we're not in anymore. It still doesn't feel real. When you think back at those times, it doesn't even feel real. Feels fake. All right, well, I will be right back. I have to rock a piss. This is essential stuff here. I'm gonna click the BRB screen. I'm gonna be right back. We're gonna talk more about Tolkien sucking.
Hello?
Reminiscing about how much Lord of the Rings show sucked. I mean, I feel like we're in a alternate reality with some of these things. Like, I think COVID put us into this reality of terrible pandemic shit, and then we get Amazon, Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Everything. I don't think there's any good movies left anymore. It's just media sucks.
You didn't like anything from last year?
I liked Everything Everywhere, but I wouldn't say it's the best thing in the world.
No, it's not something I want to even go back and watch again.
No, yeah, it's like I would never watch that movie again. That's telling you something there too. It's like I never watched that, and I like to rewatch movies. I mean, I liked Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if that was last year or not. I think it might have been.
A movie?
Just the TV show?
No, I meant like films. Yeah.
Oh, films. No,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Films.
feel like TV is there's a lot more good stuff.
There's a lot of good TV.
Because there's less pressure, and money. It's easier to get away with like more stuff and do weird like shit instead of making sure you turn a certain profit. Otherwise, it's like a huge loss.
I mean, I like Stranger Things in that year. I don't know if you ever saw it. Did you see that last season? I thought that was all right. I liked the Banshees of Inisherin. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, I need to see that actually.
I mean, it's like I would say out of all the movies, I liked it. It wasn't anything super special, but it was there.
Well, I like the director and I liked In Bruges, so I need to like make a note or like remind myself to watch it.
I like the Beavis and Butthead movie. I know you saw that. I thought that was actually surprising.
I think I saw like the first half and then I kind of fell asleep, but I definitely remember it being pretty decent overall. It was like better than I expected, and it didn't feel like they were just doing it for like some cash grab because they really didn't need to, I'm sure
I liked
well off enough. He doesn't need to make those movies anymore.
I liked X a lot. X,
Yeah.
I liked a lot. That was really good. That was a good movie from 2022.
Well,
really
X
liked
and
X.
Pearl, they kind of go together.
I didn't see Pearl. I still have to see that one, but I liked X. But yeah, you kind of have to see X first.
It's a prequel that came out after it, so
the movie Prey, which was a Predator movie, I thought was okay. Wasn't terrible.
I feel like I saw that trailer once or twice. I don't know if I saw it.
It was fine.
Who's in it? Is the kid from The Room in it?
No one's in it of note. It's basically.
I'm thinking of it. Man, they make a lot of Predator movies. I'm thinking of a different Predator movie.
I'll say this, even though there was like there was some ridiculous feminist shit to it that was stupid, where it's like a girl who can kill a fucking predator, which is ridiculous. But besides from that, it was the best Predator prequel.
Predator, are you?
No, it's called Prey. It takes place during like Native American times, and there's a predator. It was actually pretty cool. I like the idea. The idea is really good. Predator? Yeah, I remember that. It was terrible.
No, but it's not like she's the first female character to be fighting Predator.
Yeah. Oh, I liked Mad God. It was stop animation CG thing from Phil Tippett. That was like fucking 10 minutes. It's an easy watch. It's really cool.
What about live action? Any other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through it. I didn't see as much as I wanted. I like the Northman. Oh, the Northman. Oh yeah, the Northman was 2022. I really liked the Northman a lot. It was awesome. Really good.
Yeah, I still gotta watch that too.
Yeah, that's worth watching. It's a good movie. It's art house Braveheart is the best. Is how I heard described. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh man, yeah, I actually need to like catch up on a lot of.
You don't need to watch Rings of Prime. You don't need to watch that. That's one thing to stay away from. You can rule out Amazon Rings of Prime. Well, you probably should get that Amazon account though. You should probably do that. How you gonna watch The Boys? How'd you watch The Boys? Did you watch it on Plex?
No, Apple TV.
But how? Because you have to have an Amazon account. That's an Amazon show. Maybe you're LinkedIn and you don't know it.
The Boys?
Yeah, it's Amazon. That is Amazon, an Amazon show. Probably their most watched show is The Boys. One of their more successful show. And they even claimed that Lord of the Rings show did super well, but I think only a third of the people actually watched more than the first episode. So it's pretty bad. Oh yeah, all right. This is our main event here, talking about the Celebrity Deathpool. Celebrity Deathpool. Let's go through it. What do you think? Who's on your list? Who's on your list just from without looking? Who do you got? I got one. Gene Hackman. I'm putting it on here. Should be at the top of the list. Yeah, that guy ain't lasted too long when I saw his photo. Looks like a walking corpse.
I don't know, I don't know the available pool really. I didn't prepare.
Well, who's an old person that you think of when you think about who's still alive? I mean, a lot of people talk about Jack Nicholson. You know, he's got some serious dementia.
Bruce Willis, maybe.
That's a good one, especially for someone who's not even that old. But he's done with acting.
Hold on, do I get better odds based on age?
Yeah, that's part of. Well, worse odds. Worse odds.
Think about younger people that are going to die. Then.
I mean, let's put Ezra Miller in there.
Like Shia LaBeouf, does he count?
Shia LaBeouf is now a reformed Christian, man. You didn't hear about that?
Well, someone could freak out and still murder him or something weird, like some fanatic.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's a weird fucking guy. Pretty, I don't mind him.
How do the odds work? Because if someone's really, really old, ridiculously old, then they've got to have much lower payout than me getting a lucky one off on somebody who's 18.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the rules, but I'm looking at this Ranker article, and they list a couple people. We got Jimmy Carter here at the number one spot.
He's looking rough. Yeah,
99. I mean, people don't last forever. I mean, I know people have said that this guy's been cloned and replaced. So, I don't know. But still, 99. I mean, he's like Paul McCartney, how he's been replaced in 1969. Or 66, rather. Paul's dead, man. I don't know if you know that. Billy Shears is the new Paul. Henry Kissinger, the former American politician diplomat for United States Secretary of State. He's a Hillary Clinton supporter. One of her mentors. Everyone loves her. Are you with her, Leland? Are you with Hillary?
What do you mean?
Well, I'll say this: if anyone's watching this or doing a replay, go check out our videos on Hillary because they're good watches. We have some good unedited proof about her lifestyle and her being. Check that out. Burt Bacharach here, number 3. He did die in February. You remember him in Austin Powers?
Yeah, he was on a truck platform thing with a piano. And
yeah, it was a double-decker bus.
Thing.
Double-decker bus at the top, yep.
Oh, well, yeah, those...
It's like what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I remember the song. I can remember the song. It was good. I remember I had the Austin Powers CD, and he was on it.
What do you mean?
I had the movie soundtrack CD.
Soundtrack?
I used to get the movie soundtracks. You know what was the best movie soundtrack of the 90s? Let's see if you can take a guess. No, because it had a lot of other good stuff on it. Just take a guess. I'm gonna say maybe it was around 91 or 92 that this movie came out.
What kind
Maybe
of movie is
93.
it? Is it a comedy?
It's a comedy.
What year?
92 is the movie.
92.
Comedy from 92 had a great soundtrack. You would expect it to have a good soundtrack too if you know the kind of movie it is.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Dumb and Dumber.
No, I mean I'll give you a hint that there is someone from Austin Powers that might be the main character of this movie. It's a big hint.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Yeah. Yeah, Wayne's World had a good soundtrack. Had a really good soundtrack.
Well, I remember them emphasizing the usage of cassettes.
I think I might have had it on cassette actually. Speaking of that.
Yeah, I still have an old hybrid CD player, cassette player, stereo thing. I kept it in like good condition from when I had it, and it still works.
But yeah, I remember they had the Bohemian Rhapsody song, of course. It had the Dreamweaver song. That's a good song, that Dreamweaver song.
Yeah, who does that?
Gary Wright. I don't know who that is, but Gary Wright did it.
Okay.
Ballroom Blitz was a good song, and I think that was made up for the movie.
No, but I'm trying to think of the group. It was Slade? No. It was
Oh
a
no,
glam rock group.
it was in the movie. I forget their name. Crucial Taunt? Was it Crucial Taunt or something like that? Yeah, it was Crucial Taunt. I'm right on that. Crucial Taunt. Yep, that was the fake band that Cassandra was in. Red Hot Chili Peppers has a song on there. Sick, I forget the name of it. Black Sabbath has a song. Time Machine. You got Ballroom Blitz. You got Foxy Lady, Jimi Hendrix. You got Feed My Frankenstein, which was a song I definitely liked on there.
That's Alice Cooper.
Yeah, that was a good Alice Cooper cameo.
I remember that song. I have it stuck in my head.
One of my favorite. I think. Well, I mean, besides from that, what's the other songs he has? He's got the "School's Out" song. I guess is that it?
Yeah, but that's different. Like this is like older, later Alice Cooper, the Frankenstein thing. Your School's Out is like 60s, 70s type of shit, you know?
Oh yeah. So back to the list here. Norman Lear. Do you know Norman Lear? Producer of a lot of sitcoms.
Norman Lear?
Yeah, very famous producer, writer, television guy. Probably known most famously for making All of the Family.
Oh, Tony Bennett. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm actually, that's another one I am. You know what, though? I feel like he's going to last forever, this guy. He's going to last forever.
Yeah, he's got a lot of olive oil, you know?
Yeah,
olive oil is not bad.
He's got that Mediterranean diet.
Yeah, olive oil and olives and like bread and tomatoes and shit. You know,
got
like,
that
what's that?
capers, fish, all that shit. You like capers or no? You go out the capers.
Yeah, I made stuff with capers when I worked at Pascal and Sabine. It was like
really? That's some raw shit, man.
Sauce type thing with
super salty, those capers, man. I don't know if I like them. And I like salty.
I think it's called like a remoulade or some shit. I forget. It looked like the sauce from Eggs Benedict, but it's different.
Wait, isn't that hollandaise sauce?
No, hollandaise sauce I thought was made from like egg yolk and shit, isn't it?
I don't really. No. I think it's like mayo and it's like there's lemon in it. It's kind of a. I don't know. I've never really had it, but I think it's like dill, lemon, mayo. That's like what I'm thinking of when I can think of it. I know there's dill. No, you might be right. There might be egg yolks. All right, yeah. I'm looking this up. It's egg yolks, lemon juice, some dill, Dijon mustard. I mean, not for me, but I know people really like it.
It's
I mean, I'll
It's
say
something that
this.
you need put on light. If you douse it, it's way too strong and it's bad. It should be like a thin spread because it's strong, it's sharp. Everything involved is like salty as shit already.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not a fan. I mean, unless it's overly salty, I kind of like salty. Besides from if it's like too much. Back on the list, Joyce Randolph. I know she's in the Honeymooners. I know the name. I don't really know her. Like
What do you mean
obviously
you know the
person.
name?
You've never heard the name Joyce Randolph? I've heard the name.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are just general old people that are kind of famous. June
Yeah, but
Spencer.
like that's then she gets murky. You know, like who qualifies when we're deciding on what constitutes a celebrity or not. You could sneak in some like easy shit on a formality, you know.
Yeah, she could. Yeah. Glynis Johns. I mean, a Welsh actor. I mean, she looks. I'm seeing some hot pick here from the '60s, what she's looking like. Let's see. Glynis Johns. Oh yeah, she was pretty good in her day. I can see it here. There you go. Glynis Johns,
I don't know where
19th.
she's from.
I don't know, but maybe like a pinup model kind of thing. Kind of get that vibe. Maybe some shitty. I don't know, but
What is this
she's.
site you're looking at?
I'm looking at this the ranker of people that could die.
Oh, what did you search to find this?
This was I searched Celebrity Deathpool 2023, and there is some things that pop up. I'll go into more things, but this is just the ranker list.
Yeah. I wanted to like see the initial search and like the options available when you went uh looking.
Yeah, I mean there is other options, but so Alan
I've heard
Greenspan.
Alan Greenspan. He
Yeah,
definitely counts.
yeah. I mean I could see that 1926. He's up there. Oh wow, Rosalind Carter. Um, wow. So the wife of Jimmy Carter and Jimmy Carter are still alive. Wow. Okay. I wonder if they still fuck.
You wonder that?
I mean, come on, you can't help but think that, right?
Up until now, like just this minute, and
It's
even
like
then, I wasn't really
it's
thinking
like
about it.
dust. It's like dust being thrown up against each other.
Yeah,
Gene Shalit, everyone's favorite comedian, Gene Shalit. He's got like kind of a what is it like a Marx Brother kind of look to him. Yeah, you know who Gene
definitely.
Shalit
Yeah,
is?
Groucho.
Kind of like a Groucho look. Ooh, this girl is Eva. All right, so I mean, I'm skipping this Janice page. I don't know her, but Eva Marie Saint. I feel like I've heard the lady. She is
You heard
from.
what?
She's from New York. Okay, interesting. Eva Marie Saint. Let's see what she's known for. From the golden age of Hollywood. Known for that certain feeling. Movies you don't know. Oh, she was in North
Yeah,
by Northwest. She was in North by Northwest. Okay, she was the main
I've heard of
character of
that
that.
before. It's a
Yeah,
spy thriller.
yeah.
It's with
Let's see what she looks like before she looked like a bag of bones here, though. Come on, right? What'd she look like? She was cute. She had a good face.
she wasn't in any Alfred Hitchcock shit.
North by Northwest is Alfred Hitchcock.
It is okay.
Yeah. Said something with Marlon Brando here. I see her with
Wait,
Marlon
hold on.
Brando.
Go back
Go back where?
to the related search.
Related Church is Dick Van Dyke, Mel Brooks, Angela Lansbury. Mel Brooks, Mel Brooks should really be on this list. I know he's not as far as the high picks, but he is fucking 96. How much longer are you going to live when you're 96? Come on. You got to put Mel Brooks on the list, unfortunately.
I don't know, but when I think about the odds, it's like, are certain...
Carl Reiner's dead, man. He's going to join Carl Reiner soon, right?
Like, how do you gauge the projections of payouts on bets for this kind of stuff?
There's no real bets on it, but there are forums that you could sign up for that I'll get into a little bit later. But let's keep looking here. George Soros, every conservative's favorite person. He's behind every conspiracy that goes on in their wise. I noticed that. Seems to pop up a bit. All right, let's see. I don't know who Imelda Marcos is. Have you ever heard of her? Rolf Harris, former musician, singer, songwriter, composer. Here's a little known fact. My name almost was going to be Rolf. That was like the name my dad wanted to name me.
What name?
Rolf. R-O-L-F. Rolf. Like the dog from the Muppets.
Huh.
Would have been an interesting life, right? I would have been a totally different person. Let's say I was named Rolf. Oh, I probably would have been knee deep in German pussy right now if I was named Rolf.
You definitely would have had a completely different life, though.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, there's some truth to that. My name was Rolf. I feel like I would have been just a different person.
Well, yeah, no, like you can't. If you like recreated your current existence, you starting over from scratch with that name, it's gonna be different.
Yeah,
completely. Yeah.
Also, so, with my name,
it's weird if like both realities combined somehow.
My name being pretty close to Hitler, having Rolf as the first name would have been pretty. I could have been joining the Nazi.
That would be dull.
No, but I mean, even Rolf, dude. Rolf is fucking, super Austrian German name. I mean,
it's close, but Dolph
traditionally German
would have been even worse. You know what I mean? Because then all you gotta do is add an A.
Rolf Hitler sounds pretty bad. It almost sounds like Adolf.
But Adolf is not as bad as having a D. You know, I mean, you're lucky you don't have that D in there.
Yeah, well,
or would have had, or the potential you in another existence.
Well, I would have been given that D to those German chicks. Would have been Das Boot for them. Moving on.
As Rolf?
Yeah, as Rolf. Hilker? Yeah. Rolf Hitler.
You should design Rolf Hilker's existence, like what you think it would have been.
It would have been totally different. I would have been I probably would have been blonde haired.
Write out the entire like from childhood, like from birth to death, what you think Rolf Hilker would have been.
I mean, I would have been probably 7 feet tall. I would have had blonde hair. I might have been a boxer. Something like that.
So you would have been like Dolph Lundgren.
I would have been a lot like Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
You just want to be Drago from Rocky.
I would essentially been Drago. Yeah, I would have been hooked up to a top of the line injection center from the Russians. All that kind of stuff. Doc Severson. Have you ever heard of this person? He's a jazz trumpeter. Tonight Show. I mean, we're a little. I've never seen. I mean, I've seen Johnny Carson on rerun, but I never was old enough to watch Johnny Carson. I probably was. I just didn't watch it. I didn't watch it when I was 5 years old. Stuff. Like at 5 years old, I wasn't staying up to watch Carson.
No.
Mark Levi. I don't know. He's have you ever heard of this person? Canadian football coach. I don't know him. All right, now we're getting some people I know. Roman Polanski is born in 1933. He is what? 80 years old. He's a fugitive from the United States.
He's a lucky motherfucker, man.
He's beloved in Hollywood still, no matter what he does. I guess Rosemary Babies makes up for all that shit,
He's got more than that.
Yeah. But he's was he got Chinatown?
It's really fucking good. Oh damn.
Yeah, he is. He's. I mean, what I've seen of Roman Polanski, he is definitely an excellent filmmaker, and definitely
You know what's
experienced a
you know what
really
makes me so funny
crazy
though?
life.
He feels like a professional athlete
I
getting
mean,
off because it's like an all-time great Hall of
he
Famer. You know what I mean?
also
Like
dealing
it
with like
feels it's like the same type of parallel
I mean, he's also like
where
dealing with the fact that he had a hot wife that he was married to get fucking murdered incredibly violently when he was not in
I don't know,
town.
that's just crazy. That
It's
it
like
really feels
fucking
like
insane.
but doesn't
Like,
that feel like that doesn't feel like a free occurrence. That feels like almost like JFK getting shot in the head. You know what I mean? Like that could have been a political move to have acid demonized, you know? And what better example to use than just really famous people, you know?
yeah. I mean, also,
Instead of a political figure, you just use an actor and a director. I mean, actress and a director instead.
did you see what is that? A Hollywood movie with Quentin Tarantino. What is it called? What
Once
did they?
Upon a Time?
Yeah, did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, we saw in theaters.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we saw it together. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that movie. I mean, it's a little. I mean, I like a lot of it. There's some things I don't. I think the Manson stuff I wasn't too super fond of. I really liked all the Brad Pitt and Leo stuff and old filming of westerns and like a broke down actor. I thought that was awesome. That was really good. The whole fake Manson death was a little like, yeah, I don't think you need to even put it in the movie.
Well,
Everything else I really loved.
I think he wanted like some, like huge explosive ending. Like the person getting torched in the pool and all that stuff. He has a
Yeah, I
lot
guess he
of
wanted to do something kind of fun.
he's probably into arson on top of foot stuff, I think he likes arson because he always has stuff getting lit on fire. I would too. I'm kind of into arson. I've always I got in trouble growing up for like lighting weird shit on fire. My cousin almost burnt down the entire woods behind his house. It was like a really big, like horrible thing. Like people had to catch it and like put it out because it was all pine needles. Uh, Once they shed, they're like they go from green to complete brown and like almost instant cinder.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, he sluggy man. He almost like burnt down his house and the person behind him.
Damn. I mean, shit. Your cousin's a
That's
little wacky,
that's
man.
another thing. Like you were talking about like having
Thailand's
a
gonna have it,
different name
out
in
for them.
existence. Like if that had happened, his life would have like been completely different. And mine too. Like everyone's like connected to him would have been
Well, also,
completely
like,
different.
what about if your cousin's like? I know, I mean, this is not a fun thing, but I know your cousin's dad died in like a car accident. What if your cousin's dad lived? Wouldn't that be it'd be a different life, right? Different timeline.
For me, yeah, definitely, yeah. Because a lot of times he would stay with me just because of that reason.
Oh,
He
really?
probably
Because it
would have
was
like
like,
never been in my house
did you?
to that degree.
How old were you when that happened? Do you remember
I
it?
think in like elementary stuff.
Do you remember having to
So
like go to a funeral or anything, or were you kept away from that?
I definitely was at it. I just probably didn't. I was like
Super
not
know what was
cognizant
going
enough
on. Yeah,
to
yeah.
remember. Yeah, but
I wonder if
I
did your
remember.
cousin know what was going on?
Well, he's a year older,
But
so
still
he
not
had.
much more.
But I actually don't like. I really don't know the year that it happened.
I mean,
You
do you
know.
remember like your cousin like breaking down about his dad being dead, or was it just
No,
too young
no.
for him to even
Like
know
when
what
it
was going
happened,
on?
Yeah, no, like I had like no. It's like a memory of like somebody telling me something that I didn't understand what they probably
And do you
said.
think
You know, like
that's kind of the same for him too, where it was just kind of like a memory? I mean, it's probably
I don't
easier that
know.
way.
I never asked him about it. I like really never in my life ever asked him about like how he felt about it or like anything like that. I just kind of, you know, let him like be, you know. I never really wanted to like
Might have been too. He might have been too young to really
pry into like and
understand.
ask him like what happened
He was
because
probably too young to understand.
yeah, it's just that yeah,
Do you remember
I
his
didn't want to bring
dad?
it up, you
Do
know,
you remember his
ever.
dad
I
at
just
all,
want
or
to
like
bring it up.
do you have a conscious memory of his dad or no? Like you don't probably even remember that.
I really don't. I actually have more of a memory from videos, home videos and
Oh
stuff.
right, yeah, like just kind of like the
That's
concept
the
of who he was.
only visual stuff I really have in any kind of movement, which is that's what's like so kind of weird and like awesome and crazy about like film and shit. It's just stuff like that. That film probably now is like doesn't even exist anymore. It's probably so fucked up you couldn't even play it without like melting, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's why a lot of stuff gets preserved and like, you know, treat like also like with art and stuff like in paintings, they like try and restore a lot of it so it doesn't get completely broken down because it will. It'll just disintegrate over time. And
Yeah, it's true. It definitely will. Okay, yeah, moving on. We got Pat Robertson on the list. Do you know him from the televangelist stuff? And I think he was like a big TV guy. Rupert Murdoch here is also on the list. He was the Fox owner.
Rupert Murdoch, yeah, I definitely I know that.
This is interesting. Harvey Weinstein's on the list. I wonder if that's just because of scenario. Like maybe he might kill himself. I could
Mm.
I could see that,
I don't
man.
think he's. I don't think like whatever prison he's in is in endangered. Like it's not dangerous for him, probably.
Oh shit! All right, so now we're getting some comedy legends here. Bob Newhart. I actually thought he was dead. I'll say that right now. I didn't think he was still alive. And then Mel
Who?
Brooks below him, Bob Newhart. He was
Uh,
a really early stand up. He's funny.
no, no, yeah, no. You saying that right now, I had the same response. Like I actually thought that he was already dead, which means he's probably one of the optimal picks to go for. You know, like if you're already thinking that he's done, then you want to follow up on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's really should be on the list higher. And then also Mel Brooks. I mean, he's a male, probably didn't live the cleanest life. Although I don't know, maybe he did. I don't know. I assume
Who?
maybe he wouldn't. Mel Brooks. I mean, he's a Hollywood guy. I assume
What do
he's
you
probably.
mean? What are you trying to?
I mean, he's probably done some
What
cocaine.
are
Come
you
on.
trying to imply that he's doing? He's like going into like some kind of post Men in Tights orgy.
No, I don't think he did. Did he do Men in Tights? Was that his? I don't think that was
Yeah,
him.
with Dave Chappelle,
That was
and
him.
I thought it was.
I don't think it was,
He's in
man.
it, isn't he?
Oh, you might be right. He. I'm gonna find out right now. Men in Tights. What does Google say? I'm look. Oh, you're totally right. Mel Brooks directed it. Hey, yeah, you got Richard Lewis. That's a big indicator right there. Why would Richard Lewis be in anything other than if Mel Brooks was making it, right?
No, he had a run where
He had
he
a
was
run. He
getting
did.
tons of stuff.
A
He
little
definitely
before
did.
that, though. A little before that. That was like kind of the end of the run. Him getting the Men in Tights role. He
Whatever.
was
I
like
mean, he
late
definitely
'80s.
transitioned from being a comedian to an actor, at least somewhat. A lot of people can't do it at all. It's tough. I mean, he's the villain, but it's more the other guy, like his underling, that's the villain in the movie.
Yeah, it's true. What was he? King Richard?
The
Was
sheriff
was
of
he King
Nottingham.
Sheriff? Not that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking story, man. It's one of those classic
I know.
stories.
I've seen that movie so many fucking times.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I mean, that's what happens when you like renting VHS tapes and there's only like 10 of them on a shelf. You just end up getting the same ones over and over.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those. It was actually super replayed on Comedy Central a lot. All right, so also on the list is Bill Cosby.
It's definitely a comedy, but Comedy Central would play stuff that was not like a comedy movie at all. They would just need to like fill slots and time.
Yeah. Dick Cheney's on the list here. We're getting late. With Don King's on the list. Let's see, Dick Van Dyke. I didn't know Dick Van Dyke just got in an automobile accident. He's up there. He's 1925. He just, I think, almost killed someone. Yoko Ono is up there. Vladimir Putin is up there. I know he's got like some illness too, Putin. He might have cancer or something, like undisclosed cancer. Willie Mays, there you go, talking about baseball. You know about Willie Mays? You ever heard of him?
Yeah, my oldest card is a Steve Carlton, who's a Hall of Famer who mainly played on the Phillies, but I have his second year card on the St. Louis Cardinals.
I mean,
That's
I don't
probably
know.
my most expensive card.
I don't know much about baseball, but what was Willie Mays? Was he like a home run hitter? I don't really know. I know he was a famous player. Like, but what was he? What was he like?
Outfielder he's like one of the originators of what's called a 5-tool player, where they play outfield or shortstop most of the time. They can go 40-40, which is 40 home runs, 40 steals. Their defense is ridiculous. It's like Ken Griffey Jr. would be the lineage. Eric Davis, who was on the Reds for a little bit, he went 40-40. Jose Canseco went 40-40, but he was clearly on a whole bunch of shit, so people don't really count that one. But he did go 40-40. Vladimir Guerrero Sr., who was on the Expos, he went 39-38. So people kind of count that one as a 40-40 season. Barry Bonds, when he was on the Pirates, did it. This is kind of murky because, we don't know if he was juicing then. And all that Giants stuff, came like 5-10 years later. So it's hard to know. He could have been juicing just like Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco were with the A's in the 80s at the same time.
All right, so moving on, I found this site called stiffs.com. They have a Deadpool, but I tried to register, but it says I'm too late to sign up. Maybe you have to sign up at the beginning of the year. But
that makes sense because you could pick, like, say like somebody's on their deathbed, you could pick any day.
It's too early. Yeah, exactly.
Right. You really got to this is a tricky market, man. This is some fucked up shit, It's hard to even like establish a line or like a set of payouts, because to me, the older the person is, the lower payout you should have. Your odds should be bad. Because if I want to pick like somebody, say like there's an actor coming up, and they're like really fucked up on like heroin or something, and I'm putting bets in every day just to, those should hit really hard if I get it.
Yeah. This is funny though. This stiffs.com has the newest stiffs. So it talks about the latest dead people. And Tom Sizemore had to have been low on the list. I'm sure no one had him. 61 only.
Yeah, but he was a huge drug addict. He was on all those like celebrity rehab shows.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
The time. Oh, fuck. You know what?
Gary Busey?
No. I think I just realized like a
trend
betting tool or like thing we want to have in whatever formula that we're going to create is all that celebrity rehab stuff, all those shows, like everyone on those immediately
That could be the case,
they
man.
qualify celebrity, so they're on the list, and they already have a baseline of being fucked up. So that's the initial pool we should probably be hitting up.
I think Mel Brooks is up there really for me because I watched that History of the World Part 2 show and he wasn't in it. No, he wasn't in it at all. Only thing he did was a voiceover. So I kind of makes me think.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want to act anymore.
I kind of think he can't do it, man. He's 96. I
think
maybe
if you think about it, like he might have like had absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't.
Lying in a bed, like on like a ventilator.
No, I'm sure they just came to his house and said, "Dude, all he did was
everything that's happened the whole time." Like who gives a shit? Who knows?
All he did was
he's literally like shitting his pants right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. All he did in the show was just, between each sketch there was a title screen, and he would just narrate the title screen, saying like, let's say it said, X, Y, and Z. He would say X, Y, and Z in the Mel Brooks voice, and he probably just did it at his fucking house. Maybe someone even sent him a mic and just recorded it. He probably didn't even leave his house. I doubt he left his house to do the show. That's all I'll say. 100% doubt he even left his house. I mean, also when you're 96, come on, and everyone's died around you, it's gotta be crazy. He's outlived them all. Sucks too, because he's super funny. He's a funny guy. I like his take on comedy and his take on filmmaking for sure. It's interesting. You don't have anything like that. I mean, I guess the closest thing after him was like Airplane and those Zucker brothers. They're probably the closest to old Mel there. Bobby Hull, 84, died on January 30th. And they write the caption here, "Say what you want," but the guy had some jacked up teeth. So this site always is like really pretty terrible. David Crosby, 81. David Deadeyes is what they write.
Well, hold on. You can't skip over David Crosby like that. Like, how is this motherfucker alive? This is like
well, let's look at the birthdays, man. Celebrity birthdays today.
Steroids,
We got some celebrity birthdays. We got some older people here. We got Tony Danza, 72 today. Iggy Pop, 76. Charles Grodin. I thought Charles Grodin was dead. Oh, he is dead. He would have been 88 today. He died in May 18th, 2021.
Charles Grodin died the same day I was born.
Wait, is today your birthday?
It's not May. Today's not May 18th.
Oh, he died your birthday. All right. I got you.
For a second, I got confused. I was like,
I get you. This is his birthday, but his death day is his death day.
Like
so Charles Grodin's death day is your birthday. I get it.
Yeah, no. So Charles Grodin.
That's fun, right?
Oh man, maybe I'm Charles Grodin reincarnated.
Could be, man. Did you ever think about doing a movie with a Saint Bernard?
No, but I had a golden retriever lab. It's dog. A lot of people have dogs. It's not really a parallel you can make. I did like.
Yeah,
Stewart,
it's a little different.
That movie with him and Martin Short. Dino Land. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh, Clifford.
Yeah, Clifford. Stewart is from Mad TV. That's the other. Yeah. Clifford is what I meant. Stewart is from Mad TV. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? That guy really never got anything, huh?
I don't know. I remember him being in Austin Powers getting run over by the he clearly could have got out of the way of it, but he just kept lying there.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. No, that was Will Ferrell. Wasn't it Will Ferrell? No, you're right. It was him. You're right. It was him.
No, Will Ferrell was the guy who got dumped down the chair trap and burned alive for a
Yeah,
really
with the
long
Fez.
time.
Yeah, dude, those movies actually had some good things to it. I have to say,
I liked
did.
all those Austin Powers movies, and all the people he got for them. The first one is what's that British actress?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Hurley, yeah, and then he got Heather Graham,
And then even the mom was
and then
hot. Who's the mom?
Beyonce.
Wasn't the mom someone hot?
Oh, that's
What was her name? She's
Mimi
really hot.
Rogers.
Yeah, and she's got
really
some
hot,
huge
yeah.
tits,
She's
man.
got huge tits, yeah.
Yeah.
She was really hot in the 80s and like 70s and shit. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, she actually always said Tom Cruise was gay because like Tom Cruise, like never had sex with her. She said like they were together, and they never had sex. I think that's a little sign there.
Did Nicole Kidman say the same shit?
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think she probably got paid off not to say anything. But yeah, celebrity deaths today. You got Vern Troyer, died 5 years ago. We were talking about him yesterday. Prince, died 7 years ago. That feels like it wasn't that long ago. Damn. I always like Prince.
Yeah. Prince has got a lot of good shit. He has like one of the strongest catalogs you can get in like popular music.
Yeah, so there's a leaderboard that this guy is winning right now on this site. His name is Maro59. He called Gina Lolo Brigida. I don't know who she is. Probably a pinup model. She died 95.
He probably just picked random shit without even realizing what was happening.
He got 10 points for it, so I guess he did pretty good. David Crosby, he had on his list. He got a point for it. Let's look at his list. He's got Sophia Loren, who is pretty fucking old. Henry Kissinger is 99. Jimmy Carter is 98. Henry Belafonte, I'm surprised he's still alive. I thought he was dead like years ago. Shit. But yeah, that's this site. It's pretty disgusting. Let's see the Deadpool. Let's see. 2022, Jackie Treehorn won for this guy. This is the Deadpool from last year, but this guy called some things. Let's see, that actually worked out. Oh, it kind of sucks, George Perez. Tom Parker. I don't know who he is. You know who Tom Parker is?
Tom
Parker. That one doesn't really ring a bell.
There's no image.
I don't know that one.
OJ died?
OJ did not die, but he had him on his list. I think a lot of these lists, as you can see, they don't work. But it's like if you get a few, you work out. Olivia Newton-John died.
I thought you were looking at like what happened. This is like his projections.
Shannon Doherty is still alive, but she's got some serious cancer.
Wow, this guy's doing some work.
Yeah, George Perez. George Perez died, and he was a great artist. Really sad. It really seemed like a nice dude. Terrible.
George Perez? What did he work on?
He was a comic book artist, but he was really good. He was on Comic Book Man a few times. He was seemed like a nice dude. He just comic book artist. It's gonna be stuff that we don't know, but I guess if you know him, you know his style. I mean, he's got that comic book style. It's good.
Well, what like comics did he work on? What are the titles of them?
I want to say he worked on some X-Men shit. I want to say. Let me see. Oh no, this is it. Crisis on Infinite Earths. I've heard about this. This is like his thing, and I guess that's DC. And it's I don't really know. I think it's like DC's intergalactic, trying to be like Jack Kirby type stuff. Something like that. Jack Kirby was always Marvel's like writer and illustrator who would do super like psychedelic type space stuff. So I guess he took that to the DC realm. This guy had Mark Hoppus on the list, the Blink-182 bassist, who I know got cancer. So this guy's playing his cards.
Wow, yeah, this is some sick shit.
Yeah, this is some sick shit.
Like people are actually putting in some serious work here on researching personal
I mean,
information.
let's see. You can play here. I tried to sign up for the other one. Let me see if I could sign up for this one.
Yeah, this is fucked up, man. It really is weird what people will do and like just get away with when you dehumanize somebody. You know, when you make them like a cartoon or something.
I mean, I'm gonna try to sign up. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna sign up here. Let's see. I'm not gonna fucking put my phone at all. Or a fucking. Let's see. Oh, you got to start picking. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I have to start picking my list. I can't do that like that. I can't do that like that. Let me see if there's anything more on this. Oh, there's discussion forum. Oh, this is a super old site. I'm not putting my information on here at all. Like, no fucking way. Let's see. Died in the last 6 months. Oh, this site is. Some of these sites aren't even updated. I think stiffs.com might be the best.
Really sketchy.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't put your information on these sites.
No. This is like, we're not seriously putting in these weird bets. This is to exercise in how ridiculous and weird the whole market could be. Like I feel like you have to go based on age as the odds. Somebody who's like 99 obviously is going to be an easy candidate.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But that's the fucked up thing is like, so you have all these people putting in bets like for all this cancer stuff. It's like,
Yeah, then it's kind of fucked.
How do you update that? Like as soon as that news gets announced, then the lines are going to change on somebody.
Yeah. Let's see all the latest stiffs, though.
It's
Stiffs.
like somebody getting hurt for the season because they tore their Achilles or something. It's like then every single bet related to that team and everything's going to change. It's like all fucking weird.
Shit, Lisa Marie Presley, I forgot about that. She died really early. She died at 54, man. That sucks. That sucks. That's way too early. Way too early. Oh, you always have like Lisa. Like, how come Jeff Bezos doesn't die early, right? Let's get some people like that. Oh yeah, so let's see the last year we had Pope Benedict.
You want Jeff Bezos to die?
Don't you love a good Pope funeral though? Come on, you get that white smoke out of the fucking chimney. You're not a. I don't know. You're not a big Pope funeral guy.
I've never. Well, actually, you know what? Funerals are kind of good because it's like open bar, free food. I'd say, if you could just find one, if there's like an app for that, pretend you knew them,
right?
Come in, get a bunch of free shit, leave. If I were homeless, if I would have a suit, at least I would have like something presentable enough as a suit, and then track that shit and just find them.
Like a tracksuit,
like a free buffet.
Oh yeah, we got Barbara.
You can camp out at it in the dumpster for the next like week or so, or even like you can milk it and just see all the free shit that they're throwing out that was like half eaten. And go through that.
That's a good point. There's it's not that hard to live homeless, right?
I spent a lot of time on thinking what it'd be like to be homeless and like optimally what to try and do.
Well, I think there's a few states you can go to and do it. I think
have you done it before, ever? Like worked out like survival scenarios or like doomsday shit in your head? Like what you try and do?
Nah, man, I got fucking 100K in the bank, bro. I'm fucking good.
Yeah, but what if like the banks
I'm fucking good, man.
Disintegrate and that money evaporates?
Oh, that's true. That is true. Oh, dude,
you're left with nothing but just what you have on you.
Sign up for Capital One, man. I can't recommend them enough. I'm getting a good percent back just for everybody. Sign up for Capital One.
You really would just have to have like stacks of $100 bills wrapped up somewhere in your house. You know,
Yeah,
that's the safest thing to do.
it's true, man. But then also, what happens if your house burns down? That's the thing, man. What happens if your house burns down?
Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke come in.
What if Denzel Washington's there?
You got your entire pension hidden underneath the floor. They
Did
shoot
you
you with a shotgun.
Did you see Fences? Did you see Fences?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
That's my Jiminy Glick impression there. Did you see Fences?
Yeah, that's we should. Is that something we can show and not get in trouble with?
No.
That's something we should just like watch again.
No.
No,
that's not something you could watch.
It's all on YouTube. I have.
You go up very high and then you go very low. Martin Short, man.
It kind of feels like they're not really liking it. Like they're doing it with them, but they're not really like wanting to do it.
Yeah. Yes.
They can't like hide it, like the disdain for being there, which
right.
makes it even better.
Right. Barbara Walters, 93, dated Alan Greenspan. Speaking of another person on the list, I can't believe she's dead. She's one of those ones I forgot died.
Who?
Barbara Walters.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
The speech impediment lady who got.
Wait, so who took over on The View?
I think she's been off for a while. I think Whoopi.
Oh.
I think she's made fun of the Jews a few times, and she got the main role.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that'll do it. They don't like that. That's not like a what you want to take. Yeah.
We got Pele on the list. Yeah, I don't really. A little bit above our timeline, below our timeline here. A little too old for us. I never seen him play, and soccer is boring as shit. Kirstie Alley, she died really unexpectedly.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Kirstie Alley died really
unexpectedly. Pele before?
I know him, but have you ever watched Pele play a fucking game?
No, but I know he's like the greatest soccer player of all time. Like he's
right.
the equivalent of Michael Jordan or Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, Gallagher died. I guess he's smashing.
Yeah, no, I remember.
He's smashing watermelons in hell right now.
Some Bill Burr podcast, and he had like a whole thing on it. I didn't realize how much. They all really just admired him, even though they.
Yeah.
Not that they thought he was like a hack, but like.
I think he was funny. Besides from that stuff, he was funny.
Different than just, monologuing. Yeah.
Well.
No, his stuff like in between the smashing of everything was still good.
Well, he's smashing watermelons in hell right now. Jerry Lee Lewis, wasn't he a musician?
Who?
Jerry Lee Lewis. He was a musician, right?
Yeah, he did Hot Balls of Fire, where Dennis Quaid and Winona Ryder were in the movie? You see that movie?
I think so. I've seen it. Yeah. Let's see. Moving on. Angela Lansbury. I know of her. I didn't really watch anything she was in. Murder, She Wrote is a little before our time.
Yeah, but I knew of it. I knew.
Is that?
I don't know. I just got the gist of what it was about.
Loretta Lynn, is that the one I'm thinking of? The country music girl?
Yeah, she worked with Jack White from White Stripe.
Yeah, I didn't know she died. Of course, I knew about the Queen. I'm going through the unexpecteds right here. Oh, yeah, the Anne Hayes thing was fucking crazy. Did you see her death where she popped up like a zombie? There's like footage of her getting gurneyed out on a thing, and she pops up and takes the fucking blanket over her face off, and she looks terrifying. Terrifying.
No, do you have that footage?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should play it. It's fucking horrible, but
Well, now you like fucked me all up because I'm like trying to visualize it and it sounds horrible. I'm thinking like some Blair Witch type thing.
yeah, I mean, it's horrifying. She sits. It's. I mean, I guess I could play it. I'll put it on. It's disturbing footage. So, buyer beware. Let's put it up here. Let's see. Let me get it in here. Let me get it in. Let's see. Mainstream media doesn't want you to see this. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah, it was weird. There was like a helicopter footage, and she like gets up and she's like naked, and they like had to push her in, like push her into the fucking. She's like pretty much. I guess she was like almost pronounced dead, and she had like the white sheet over her because she was pretty much dead. She died like a couple hours later, but she pops up here, and it's fucking creepy. She smashed into it. She was like so fucking high or drunk, and she smashed into someone's house, like going like 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, that I've heard of that happening multiple times. Didn't Billy Joel do that?
I believe Billy Joel did it on heroin, right?
I thought he drove through somebody's house too.
I think he did. I believe he did.
It's like such a like actor, like celebrity saying like "fuck you," nobody like normal person. I'm just gonna drive through your fucking house like it's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if he did it on purpose, like just saying that right before he did it. Like fuck
Right.
you, average person.
Exactly.
Demolish your fucking existence right now. What was he driving during the accident? Do you know? Can we get that?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know much about Billy Joel. I don't know about the Piano Man. I just know he was a fucking heroin addict.
He's, isn't he? He's from Jersey, right?
Yeah, I think he's from like Newark.
You
North
could probably
Jersey
go
shit.
visit wherever the fuck he crash landed into.
Yeah. Fucking
Sure,
nutcase.
He's
I'm
probably
sure it
thinking
was.
about some lyrics at the time.
Yeah.
Important.
Probably Captain Jack was in his head.
Something more important than this person's house. I'll tell you that.
Could be the case.
Like whatever he was thinking of at the moment of impact is probably going to sell more records than anyone living in that building. You know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, come on. Let's see. Going back to the list.
Shit, if you can acapella, you might as well just have a money machine, like, in the house. Just print it, Just
oh yeah.
Start.
I think dude, the amount of shows he puts on, and he's basically printing money.
He has
like a live show guy.
Instead of Vegas, he has MSG as like his Vegas.
Yeah, and it's like he does MSG like 4 nights in a row, and it's
just milk
fucking huge place, and it sells out. So he's making that fucking money, man.
And it's a residency where he doesn't have to travel to fucking Nevada or wherever the fuck.
Right.
Like he just set up 10 minutes from where the fuck he lives on a helicopter.
Right.
Take a shit. Play the hits.
Yep. Mostly take a shit.
Fuck his freak. And take a nap, he's good to go.
Yeah.
Made like 80 million. And he's probably got like clones just driving to people's houses for the fuck of it.
Easy 80 million.
I bet it's close to the concessions because they're probably charging up the ass just to get like a Bud Light for $20. And you can't even throw the shit on the field anymore, The glass is gone. It's all that polyester plastic shit.
Right.
When you beat somebody with that, you really got to hit them on an angle.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You can still do it. You can maim anybody with anything.
This is a baseball guy, Vin Scully. Wasn't he the owner of the Dodgers?
Dodgers, I think.
Or was he announcer? Okay, announcer, not the owner.
Yeah.
Bill Russell. Wasn't he a fucking Knicks player?
Center.
Okay.
Hall of Famer.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, Nichelle Nichols. We got a horror dead.
I should be hitting up these sports markets for deaths. Damn.
Yeah, man. You should be fucking selling your cards. Get your Nichelle Nichols cards, your Star Trek cards, and be selling them, man.
I don't know. I hope I can outlive Ichiro because he's lived a very healthy, clean life. so it's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah, Paul Sereno died. He's a typical Wap Dago type of actor here.
Well, think about this though. Like, say I had a bunch of, like Steve McNair cards. It's not really going to be that great for me trying to sell those when he got, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always going to work out the way you think. Like I have a bunch of Sammy Sosa shit, and now he's like pink. I got Mark McGuire, who's tainted. Who else?
Here's some unfortunate stuff, man. You got James Caan who died, but you still have Scott Caan alive. That's some unfortunate love.
That's not like unusual. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you have to live with Scott Caan, but you would have liked James Caan.
What did you think? Like they were going to go out together in some like father-son pack?
Well, I mean, maybe Scott Caan would just die off on his own. Do we need an Ocean's 15? Come on. Ray Liotta, man. Ray Liotta dying at 67. That one was unexpected.
Really? I mean, he probably was doing some fucked up shit. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know how he died. I think he died, I guess it might have been a heart attack. I don't know. Naomi Judd, 76. Gilbert Godfrey, that one sucks. Hilarious, dude.
Would you consider him a whack packer?
No, but he was a Howard Stern alumni, for sure.
I know, but he felt
not a whack packer.
Like a little whack packish at times.
No, I think he interacted with the whack pack a good bit.
Yeah,
he was like funny to interact with them. Louis Anderson, man, that one sucks. Hilarious, dude.
With him and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, Baskets.
Yeah, show's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I liked it. I mean, it was definitely not as funny as you would have thought. It's sort of like Louis, where it's sometimes just like really weird and depressing. It's not like an outright comedy.
It was a lot like Louis. I think I'm actually almost positive Louis C.K. produced it, and then I think I think he got kicked out once the whole scandals happened. I think they kind of kicked him.
Now he had like an insane run where like every special was like huge, and he was doing all this other shit like on FX and yeah.
No, I mean Lou is good.
He had that other like
he had a good TV career. Yeah.
Don't Worry, Daddy or some shit. I forget
that movie kind of sucked. That black and white movie.
Bad.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
I can't say how it was because I watched like 10 minutes and turned it off.
It was like if he met Woody Allen and his daughter wanted to fuck him kind of movie. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's in the whole realm of, it's not like off base happening.
Oh yeah, so going through the list, we got Meatloaf who died. Speaking of Wayne's World, wasn't he the guy he was in Wayne's World? He was the bouncer to get into the club, talking about the shitty Green Giants or the shitty Beatles. The shitty Beatles. That's what it was. And then they ask him like, "How are they?" And they're like, they're shitty." Remember that. But Crucial Taunt, man, can wail. Crucial Taunt can wail. Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember liking Meatloaf as a kid. I guess he was kind of a little more popular then.
What do you mean, like Bad Out of Hell stuff?
I guess. I mean, I guess he just had a good voice, Like he was a good voice.
I don't know. I think it's that album was so huge. It was like Queen or something. Like you heard it all the time, and whether you liked it or not, you were gonna like it just because of how much you had to hear it.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the dialogue here when they go up to Meatloaf as the bouncer. And they're asking who's playing tonight. And he says, Jolly Green Giants, the shitty Beatles, and like, how are they? And he's saying, they blow.
Yeah, I don't know. You make me want to go rewatch Wayne's World again.
Come on, Dreamweaver.
Which one are you referencing, the first or the second?
The first one. The second one's not that good. It's a very watchable movie, But the first one's the movie you want to watch if you're going to talk about Wayne's World.
I know, but it's just when I have memories of them, they tend to blend together at times. Like I mix the two movies together.
I wonder if she's actually singing on that Foxy Lady song because she actually does a good job.
Tia Carrera or whatever.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
She's the bassist, right?
Yeah, I mean she can wail, bro.
Yeah.
You don't ever hear that
Right.
that adjective anymore.
No, well, there's a lot of weird rockish, like made up shit they probably have in the movie. You know,
Right?
I don't know, but back then, like metal, like all different forms of metal, was much more popular than it is now for us. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean music today is I don't even know how people get their
more
music.
electronic.
Yeah, I'd say it's more electronic. It's more overly produced. You got auto-tune, you got a lot of bad rap. Even rap isn't good anymore. Not that it ever really was. It's funny how like rap that was never that great is now much worse than it was. I think that's telling you something there. Like we were talking about at work, like people were like, "Oh, do you remember 50 Cent? Like it's so much better than today." And it's like 50 Cent fucking sucked at the time. But I would agree, probably is better than shit today.
In what way?
Just that I guess just more likable songs. I don't know. I saw this
Well,
Ice
he had
Spice,
like, can you name like his singles, big singles?
the club song or something. Find me in the club. Birthday was it's your birthday. Find me in the club. I guess we had that club. We had that kind of club rap or
Yeah, we
dirty
had club
South.
rap.
We had dirty South stuff going off. We had David Banner. We had the fart noises.
Yeah, David Banner, like a pimp. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like that's a 106 and Park classic right
got
there.
some Paul Wall.
Yeah, still tipping.
Yeah, the dirty South, man.
That's a posse cut with Mike Jones and Slim Thug.
Dude, I'm sitting
With,
sideways right now. I'm sitting sideways right now. I don't know if you know that song. Did you get that reference?
Yeah, that was Paul Wall's like big single, but he had this weird fat guy come
Big
in, like in
Pokey,
the
Big Pokey. Yeah,
yeah, but he was like pretty forgettable. It's a weird. I feel like he just should have
Mike
got
Jones. We got Mike Jones. Got that whole
yeah,
crew.
he should have got somebody a little bit more known to help him out on that one. I
Probably
feel like
couldn't, man.
they didn't like respect his career enough to get him like going. You know, they were focused on other shit.
And then like a little runoff from Paul Wall is Riff Raff, man. Another Texas Texan right there.
Definitely, he cites Paul Wall as like a huge influence, and you can hear it.
Yeah,
in,
actually,
his cadences
I'll
and
still
stuff.
check out Riff Raff's channels just to see what he's doing. I saw a new video like maybe a month
He's got
ago.
a lot of good shit. Like all of his stuff is very weird and catchy and unique. Like all of his beats and production.
Yeah, he's definitely
that he
different.
uses.
Yeah.
But it's also like just the hooks and stuff he comes up with is very catchy. I don't know.
Right.
It's I'd say like he's a good songwriter almost in a way, even though it's very abstract and like
Well, I don't know how much he writes. I mean, he writes his music, but you're saying
I think it's improvised a lot of it.
you're saying his
And then-
rap because I'm sure he's getting music from other people, right?
No. Like all the production, I think is just people he hires out and picks stuff. Yeah.
Right. We got Bob Saget. We all know about that. That sucks. We got Sidney Poitier.
From Heat of the Night or whatever.
Yeah, I
But,
mean, classic black actor. Broke the color barrier. Makes you want to get some watermelon, right? Celebrate some Juneteenth with a basketball tournament. Isn't that what you're doing? Isn't that what you said you're doing at your job? You're having like a basketball tournament on Juneteenth?
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I don't know, man. It's getting late.
A basketball tournament?
Yeah, Juneteenth basketball tournament. Is that what you typically do now?
Fuck is Juneteenth? I don't. Man.
I'm going to a
No, I don't know
watermelon
the
eating
reference.
contest on Juneteenth.
That's a risky proposition.
Oh yeah. Well, at least this is the end of the stream. This is where no one's watching anyway, so you can get your stereotypes in. I actually found out how after the Civil War, black people were growing and selling a lot of watermelon, and that's where the stereotype kind of came from. So it goes back to all the way like 1870, the whole watermelon comment. Because I mean, who doesn't like watermelon? That's one thing I always realize. Like, who doesn't like watermelon? Who doesn't like chicken? Like fried chicken. Come on, these are good things.
Yeah. Well, I don't like. I've never had them together. What do you mean?
No, I don't think most people have them together. I mean, but
Separately, yeah. Like
separately,
you know
good
what?
stuff.
I wish I had more of waffles and chicken.
I actually made I made wings today in the air fryer. Fucking good. Crisp up, really good. Don't have to fry
Air
them.
fryers are good.
Yeah, air fryers are good. It's just like it's like a super small convection oven, and it gets things really crispy, and you can make some good wings in there. It was good. It's like a Ninja one I have. It's called Ninja. It's good. It's really good. I'm very impressed by it. I'll say that it's very impressive, quick. Like you can make things really quick in it too. Very low effort.
Are they expensive?
Mine I got was like $100.
Okay, I might get one.
Yeah, I honestly would really recommend it. Then you don't have to use. It's also really easy to clean, and then like you don't have to. It's like cooks so much. It cooks probably double the speed of like an oven. Just because it's like a tiny space that you put something in. It's really good if you're cooking for like one or two people. You know,
It
it's like
sounds like a better toaster.
no, it's just like a better oven. It's like a tiny oven that's kind of supercharged. It's like a supercharged tiny oven. That's what I would say.
It sounds like an oven that is like a better toaster.
Pretty much, it like those toaster oven things. It's like a way better toaster oven.
Yeah. No, I gotta get one.
And it's
I
got
gotta,
like a little handle on it.
Get rid of my microwave. Microwaving stuff sucks. It like makes it all soggy and wet.
Oh yeah, there's like a reheat setting on here. You can reheat shit in this thing.
All right, I'll
Yeah, you should get one, man. I gotta
more.
head out. I was thinking I gotta end the stream here, man.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, later, dude. All right, that is it for tonight. We went through a couple things here. We went through some things. We talked about let me go through it. We talked about Alec Baldwin. I mean, a total scumbag. Restarted production of a movie that probably should just fucking ended. We talked about Victoria Alonso getting money from Marvel and Disney because she got fired and she's a gay Latina. That's always going to get you money. We talked about Amazon getting sued by Lord of the Rings by a fucking fanfic. There's a fucking fanfic that apparently claims to have made up about, I think they said half of the story that's being told in the Rings of Power. I mean, I'm not surprised. If you watch that thing, it feels like a fanfic. And we also went through all the Celebrity Deadpool. At the top of the list here is Jimmy Carter. I hope not. I hope none of these people die. I hope they all live forever, especially Norman Lear. I love All in the Family. But that's it for